If you guys are interested to join a membership page for my YouTube channel, be sure to click the join button on my YouTube channel page for more information. All other perks and changes will be upcoming soon, so make sure to join in if you guys are interested for $1.99 a month. Thank you, and now back to the video. Hello everyone, this is Gills here today, and I'm going to bring you all with another video that I kind of want to take it as a kind of a serious video that needs to be taken as a personal thing and a serious matter. Now, I don't normally do videos that cover drama recently, but I feel like this is getting way a bit out of hand for the Roblox community, and I kind of want to address the entire Roblox community. And to anyone out there who's been not experiencing Roblox or have quitted Roblox in the past or whatever, this is kind of a call-out, I would say, to the drama that has happened so much in the Roblox community. And I feel like we need to really kind of step it down a notch or whatever. And it's just really has gone a bit too far. And personally, I'm going to be making this as a serious video to kind of address all the drama and to really kind of cover it. All of the drama basically that I find to be very unnecessary and that it shouldn't be made as a drama video all, because let's just face it, I know that Roblox has a lot of shared past in drama, and I know that the Roblox development is not really as perfect as what it's be, and let's face it guys, like any company does not always have to be a perfect game and expect users always get hate. But the drama in the Roblox community has been so gratifying, so barrage full of hate and a toxicity, and that the hate and toxicity seems to continue getting worse and worse. Basically, I'm going to be making this video out to address all of the unnecessary drama that I find in the Roblox community and to kind of, address it here in this video, because this will help give a better understanding to all the users out there who find it very experiencing and that want to play Roblox more peacefully, because I'm just really tired to see all of this drama unfolding on Roblox. Now, normally I do cover, Roblox rant exposures like mine for my channel, basically, where I just really talk about drama and not give it as an insight full of hate. I just really talk about the drama in general, give my sights to, on the subject and matter and see whatever that subject can be improved or not, basically. Now, that's not really encouraging people to go back in drama, that's just really talking about it. So, for example, like this. And this is what I'm going to be doing the same thing too, is to cover all of the unnecessary drama that I find in the Roblox community. Now, this could potentially be a part 2 in the video, so if you guys are interested in a part 2 in the video, make sure to go ahead and comment down below and you think I should do a part 2 of this or not, basically. I know there's a lot more to cover here, but I kind of want to be, personal about it, basically. And also, before the video begins, basically, about this drama, I want to give it an explanation that this video right here is not simply out here to call out any other YouTubers or any other users I point out in the video, basically. I hope you all guys take this matter seriously, and anyway, let's begin with the drama video, basically, on why the Roblox Twitter community drama needs to be stopped. The very first unnecessary drama that I find to be very unnecessary in the drama community, and this one's a very obvious one in case if anyone is wondering what this is, it's the Doe and Jane Doe incident that happened almost 2 years ago in March of 2017, what happened basically. And I think a lot of you guys may have heard about this Doe and Jane Doe incident, and if you aren't aware about this, I'll explain what this happened basically. So first of all, if you don't know about Doe and Jane Doe, they are basically just only the few accounts basically that holds the number 2 and free accounts in the first ever accounts that were ever pretty much made ever since Roblox made in the testing era. Now, the real backstory behind the Doe and Jane Doe accounts basically is that when I say this basically to you, it might come as a surprise to you that these accounts basically were test accounts. Now keep in mind when I say test accounts, because I'm going to explain a real reason why in a little minute, what I'm going to explain about. Because Doe and Jane Doe are test accounts created by David Baszucki ever since the beta release ever since it happened. Now, nothing about these counts were never malicious or anything like that. These are just here to simply test out anything in the games and such like that before the early developments of Roblox even started to begin. And they were both last logged off of February 27, 2006, right before when their full release was about to begin. But however, this incident started happening, and Roblox YouTubers predicted such an occasion that Jane Doe would be the main instance of one of them that he would hack on March 18th of 2017. Now keep in mind when I say test accounts, because I'm going to explain that in a minute, because there's a... So Roblox YouTubers made like Kazok, Equalix, and some more starters like Dragod or any other else started to make rumors that Jane Doe was going to hack on there, basically, even though Jane Doe never did anything malicious about it. Now the real strange thing about this whole Jane Doe and Jane Doe incident is that the thing is, they actually didn't have friends in the community, even though Jane Doe's friends list had 9 friends lists. And normally that bot accounts, basically, when they make bots, they do not have any friends lists. Well, sometimes they mainly do if it's for admin related only. Basically on the friends list, like the community, hacks, CPU violations, anonymous, tended to be friends in September 2015 because there was a glitch that allows you to do, basically, was accept friend requests from users who joined in 2008. One of the most popular creators, Clone Trooper 1019, actually explains a video on how basically this all started. And even though you can also get badges as well too while glitching it, you can also get badges as well, basically, and you can also really do that, but it was just pretty much a glitch that you can do, that it was because that there was a bug in the Roblox client that allowed users to receive badges without even playing a game. So I'm not even sure how this bug pretty much works on, but you get the whole story of its idea. If you want to watch Clone Trooper's video, I'll leave a link in the description of this video right here, as you can tell. But anyway, all the rest of the other videos that I'm about to present will be in the description, as well in the comments, as I'm about to leave in the comment of the video. So basically for that. Now, let's get to the real main reason. Now, ever since this rumor started, many users especially started panicking over this type of incident. And because it is actually, Roblox is known to tend to be a children's game, basically. Well, some adults do, but it still basically causes massive panic over the game and site itself. Basically, over the fact that it was just a rumor. And what I mean by rumors, basically, they aren't 100% accurate. So they're not going to be like 100% sure, something like that of a hacker, like something incident, like they were just test accounts. And basically, test accounts are only made by admins, okay? So they're not like you can't really sign in with your password and all that. So basically, that's what I'm saying about test accounts. Now, ever since this started happening, a lot of players started to also make other videos about too. Even one guy named Dennis, which I am so surprised that one of the most popular YouTubers of this day actually live streamed the whole incident. And even though some players even live streamed too about this, they started by putting the number of ad revenues inside the video as well too, to just make general massive amounts of money. And this led to very much a lot of scare for the Roblox community. And it turns out later that this whole thing was just false. It was just false for over one dumb rumor that many people believe to be true. And mainly that's the only thing that I hate about this, is because this game is mentally targeted for children. It still means, yes, it could be for everyone, even for children, teens, and adults, but doesn't mean it's always is going to be like that. It's just mainly for a children's platform, just so you know it. But ever since then, surprisingly, Roblox actually responded to the incident in a very shocking way, denying that the rumors were actually true. What it says right here from their statements is that both Jane Doe and Jane Doe accounts were created by David Baszucki and Eric Castle in the early days of Roblox for testing purposes. These dummy accounts did not belong to any one player, and as such, they were given the placeholder name Jane Doe and Jane Doe. For all intents and purposes, both accounts are owned and maintained by Roblox. They cannot be used in any way to access or ban other players' accounts, and they're positively harmless. We promise that they're friendly. You may even see Jane Doe or Jane Doe pop in the game sometime to say hello and wish everyone well. Yeah, just a little knockoff humor to put Roblox or whatever, basically, for that reason. And now they even addressed about the issues about the friends, followers, and badges. They even removed that as well, too. And the Roblox staff has denied everything about it. And even the scary thing is about Roblox accounts didn't even, like, start going on March 18, 2017, is what I've pretty much heard about, basically, is because of this whole incident that started happening. Or I don't even know about that incident, but I'm just saying, guys, it's just a rumor. Now, remember, guys, when I say test accounts, they're not legitimate, real, and not like any other, okay? So you just may get to that statement. What happened in August of 2019 is basically that Roblox announced a new thing that allowed a lot of users to experience what they want to upload, and that is the Roblox user-generated content, or simply short in an acronym term, UGC. Basically, this allowed other users to publish their own items and sell them for a specific amount of Robux, and they can also set the prices on the Robux as well, so it doesn't really have to always be from Roblox or something like that, which generally is a pretty good idea. This gives a lot of people on what they want to upload and all that stuff. And this was before they initially announced it. This was actually almost 5 years ago. They announced it on RDC of 2015. But then in this confirmation, it was declared at the 2019 of the RDC, the Roblox Developer Conference. Basically, this would allow other users to upload their own hats and features, but before then, they were also in the signs of testing, as you can pretty much tell. This only is access to a lot of testers who want to test out the Roblox user-generated content, and only to certain developers of the game. I think like very popularized developers like Beism, Eurus, Ship Architect, and like so many other people who have been also testing, testing to use of the Roblox user-generated content. But ever since the release that all happened, when the Roblox UGC catalog was first released, and about a few weeks after, I think before then, is that the UGC received really negative backlash over the fact that one of the examples is the potential copies of pre-existing items on Roblox. Specifically put, one of them being an example is that there are some hats that were made by Terabyte from a few months ago, one of them being the biggest head, the Spacito spider, triple head stack, and just a few other examples that I have to show out. Terabyte's items such as the biggest head, the Spacito spider, and the triple head stack, they all really did go off sale, and this become one of them. One of them being the biggest head, which I'll show you on screen. It's just a replication of the big head and the bigger head, which is just the same thing, except they just changed the color of the head being an example. One of the other controversies that also happened was the use of the limited and limited unique items, that some items can be very uniquely familiar. One of them being example, the Downtime Desi and Fedora, which is similar to portions of the classic Roblox Fedora. As you can see in side-by-side comparison of the two images I'm about to show on screen right here, you can see that the Downtime Desi Fedora doesn't really look that familiar like the classic Roblox Fedora, except that, of course, actually has a better, more polished texture than comparison to the Roblox Fedora. Even though they look better in all sizes, though, the problem that prompted a lot of people is that they're now using it to, throw this as a limited unique, so that way other people won't be able to like buy it really crazy prices and all that. And this prompted so many people to wanting to like shut down, wanted to just take the item off sale. But as a comparison, the Downtime Desi into Fedora actually looks so much better than the classic Roblox Fedora, because basically it was just based off the texture of the Fedora. It's just that it's just almost similar to it. It doesn't look it's as different. What my problem is that they have to understand what the items are also. But some people have also taken this very offensible to some certain items, for example. But the features of the UGC often prominent to some very more controversies surrounding them. One of them being is that now they still have the comment sections in the UGC catalog. I know that the comments in the past before was really bad, all because of the chain spam, such as the post this on a certain number of time copy pastas, and there were like a lot of copy pastas going on basically because they couldn't buy the item or all that. But they still allow the spam channels to really happen. Now, I don't know why Roblox has considered to filter out any of the items in the first place. The problem basically that's because the comments in the past were filled with bots and basically all that, so that's why they had to remove most of the communications from it because it was so bad, is that the simple thing is, why couldn't Roblox just filter out this? Like, this was the only way I think they could have done to prevent any spam chains from happening. On one occasion also, there was another item that I have to show you right here, which is this shades over here on screen, as you could see, which was actually called the Badass Shades for Badass Individual. But the problem with the hat itself is because the word says badass in it, even if many people were so complaining about the word and that they were overreacting, what it was considered to be an inappropriate word by most of the community, however. But in the terms of looking at the word badass in general, it just really doesn't seem to be an offensive word, as you can really tell. It usually just means that badass can just refer to as an individual or objects, however, but it doesn't just show sympathy to the person, it actually just shows to the item, being one of the shades, for example. Even though there were some people saying it was also a copy of one of the squirrel. If you ever played Pokemon, basically it had like the squirrel. So yeah, just a similar approach of it. Now this actually happened to an interesting one that also J Party actually did say the word badass in an RDC. I think it was a Roblox developer conference or something like that. They actually had an event, and J Party actually did say the word, and so many people overreacted it as to whatever they said. But it turns out, though, I don't know if he said it intentionally or if that was part of the script or whatever, by accident or just something, but who knows whatever it would be. Honestly, though, I hope that the toxicity in the UGC community is very aware of what is going on, and I'm hoping that the UGC catalog is going to definitely be shortened from now on, as there's so many controversies surrounding about only hats in particular, and that the hats are being remade. Now, for my third unnecessary drama reason happened in the Roblox community is kind of a surprising one that doesn't really kind of deserve to be unnecessary in some certain way, and that happens to be the Bloxy Awards. Now, I know that the Bloxy Awards has their own fair share of saying, of course, whatever the Bloxies was rigged in the past or whatever, and I know that some people have proved the verifications that they were rigged. But what made these other people to think about it? The one major reason that no one has ever talked about in any of these Bloxies, I think, in the history, is that they never exposed the real thing, and that is the voting system. Now, you guys think I may be going a little bit weird why I'm asking this, because they never really did was they actually figured out an actual voting system on the Bloxies. They never really consider how many awards they got on what award they did, and they never really fully got the reason on why they did this. Now, the first time the Bloxy Awards ever did receive drama would happen during the 5th annual Bloxy Awards, with some videos recognizing and showing up on the page, like Green Lego Cats, Chloe Games, and a few other recognizable Roblox YouTubers that even had their own fair share of the drama in the past. Now, they only talked about some certain awards in the examples. Now, I have made a video about this before where I talked about whatever the Bloxies were rigged in general, so if you haven't checked that video, I suggest you go check it out, basically. But they never really fully explained why the voting system got rigged in a certain direction, though. Now, I know that Bloxies have been rigged before, but you can't really, but not every award in the Bloxies doesn't always have to be rigged in general, just to make it considerably rigged, in my opinion. Most examples of obvious indications when it comes to being rigged in some certain unnecessary way is like saying, for example, if an award is obvious or a game that is obvious in some certain direction, it wins that award. Yet if a game is obviously wins, like, why say it is rigged? I mean, that doesn't make any kind of sense to me. Yet that the game could be overrated in some certain direction, and I get it, is that not every game has to be overrated in general. Now, here's a thing that got called out during the internet in the past, was happened to be a former Roblox employee by the name of Unite, and he basically states that about the 5th Bloxy Awards that voting is a minor part of the Bloxies, the staff control it and pick the stuff they like. And honestly, though, I'm not sure if this is like entirely true from his statement or whatever, saying, of course, that the Bloxies were rigged. I think it was just coming from his perspective, of course. And this happened to be a former Roblox employee. Like, let me tell you guys about that. Like, he was a former Roblox employee. He worked for Roblox. But this has never been proved as to whatever this is true or not, honestly. I think it's just honestly one of his, like, claims that Roblox has done it, even though Roblox has never officially said anything about what Unite said before in the past, honestly. And I can't just quite tell if this is true or not, by all means, considering there's no evidence whatsoever. However, though, one instinct came around since the previous Bloxies was the 4th annual Bloxy Awards, and I'm probably one of the only few people that have picked up about this, because during one of the segments in the annual Bloxy Awards, more awards being chosen by a certain number of staff members. Like, take a look at this, for example.
Following awards go to the Roblox experiences and games that broke record numbers for concurrent users. These places are titans, bringing Roblox users together to play and enjoy.
And yeah, that was pretty much it. All they did was they only picked the awards for ones that they only picked specifically, but not for the entire awards themselves. Like, they only picked the ones for like most concurrence overall or most VIP sold in one server. That's all they pretty much did, and they didn't do it to the rest of the entire Bloxies in general.
Now, another reason why that the Bloxy dramas are rigged in some certain way is the amount of toxicity players in the chat as well. There are so many people who are spamming that the Bloxy are rigged, so basically what happens is that any indication that if a Bloxy award does not get what they wanted, and basically regardless if a player has in their own opinion, they get an endless barrage full of toxicity about just about every award. I mean, it's pretty much ridiculous. I don't really think that Bloxies should get this much toxicity hate over award show. Like, I get it that not every award is rigged entirely just regarding your biased opinion. That's like, you know, having one of those tier lists, making a tier list right in tiermaker.com and expect other people, and then you upload your own opinion basically, and then a lot of your people will actually say it's bad or whatever because it's your own opinion. Like, everything in this rate is just so full of biased people, and they can't really control over what they win and what they not win though. Now people, don't be mad over an award, over something that you like is not going to win. There's always going to be another chance that that game will win in the future. Now, ever since the time I'm recording and uploading this video, the 7th annual Bloxies have already happened, and it's regardless though of whatever this year's Bloxies will actually be rigged or not. And I know that the awards have already happened by the time I'm recording this, so if you want to check them out, go right ahead basically. Now, I'm not going to be indication that the 7th annual Bloxies will be pretty much not as bad from this year. Not expect this, but we'll see what the time comes from the future.
Alright, so the next drama that I have to explain about in this one is a pretty high on the list, and that involves Roblox YouTubers that are clickbaiting and being kind of overreact to the situation and making theories up just so that Roblox can really get hate from this. Now, I think this is honestly the big truth here, because let me tell you guys, I know that clickbait has been for a while now, been quite of a long time since the YouTube era has been happening, and people continue to make clickbait videos for a reason, just for revenue gain and for views. It's always been like that. It's against the YouTube's terms of service that YouTube is not allowed for you to clickbait something like that. If you ever did, it basically will remove your video and may get you a strike for you to do that. So honestly, here's the thing, what is continuing going on, and it still yet continues on to this day, is that Roblox YouTubers actually consider not only make clickbait videos for a particular reason, but they also make a bunch of theories and ideas that Roblox could be doing something that is considered to be removing it, and whenever they do that idea, it makes them believe, their audiences from the comments makes them believe it, that saying, hey, you know what, Roblox is actually doing that, and just this baffled amount of hate. I think this is the reason why Roblox is continuing to still get hate from drama videos like this. It's really ridiculous, to say the least. I know that there's a lot that are a good reason, but some of them basically don't find it to be a very big way for an actual reason. They sometimes just make up theories or go along with it, and they just become overreactive to some, the point where they just, it becomes really baffling to tell about it. Now, I know that one obvious indication is that Roblox YouTubers do a lot often is basically upload fake Robux scams on how to get free Robux and all that stuff. I know that's been very long out of the way, and yet, you know, it's haven't been really done in such a serious time, and it still continues to be showing videos like this every oftentimes where they said, okay, if you put this code right there, you get this amount of Robux and stuff like that. Like, Roblox in general would never ever do codes that give you Robux as the way. They basically do is they give you codes just for only free items. That's all they do. That's it. And nothing is just really out of the ordinary. Like, you guys need to stop making these fake Robux scams. It's never gonna work like this in general. And also some reasons, they've also been the clickbait YouTubers beforehand, such as Dragod, basically. Dragod has been one of the most noticeable people to clickbait on the channel. Zonic2 in the past basically has also had drama for stealing out YouTubers' thumbnails for clickbait, and pretty much the same way and all that stuff. And there is nothing more better than just making it. And then we have the Roblox YouTubers that make up Roblox theories that they find it to some way to kind of purposely gain the advantage. Is that whenever Roblox is going to make an update or anything in general, there's always going to be the overreacting YouTubers overreacting to this. There's always going to be some Roblox YouTubers that can always make a theory about it, and that kind of gets them overreactive and saying, you know what, I believe a theory is that something like Roblox will do this or whatever, and not every theory has to be true in general, basically. So let's just look up a few examples of what Roblox YouTubers have uploaded in the channel for this reason. One of the first ones is that the Roblox is shutting down on March or whatever, and by the time I'm really recording this, as you could see, Roblox has already just said that they denied any of the rumors basically on Roblox. Like, guys, come on, stop making theories on Roblox shutting down. Okay, let me just tell you something. Roblox is never shutting down, okay? Stop doing this and making it believe. You remember that one theory that what happened was Roblox shutting down was that that blog post that we're saying that Roblox will be shutting down on the March 22nd or something, and it had a lot of typos in it, and this made too many believe that Roblox was actually shutting down. It's not. So if you're ever going to make theories that they are going to shut down, please don't, because whatever you do, you have to wait until Roblox is going to make an official response on this. And if they do make an official response, that's it. The video just becomes pretty useless to make. There's also some very dumb ones, like this Roblox feature change like ruins this entire website over, as you could tell from one of the videos from Chloe Games. One of the changes that Roblox did was they renamed catalog to avatar shop. Like, how is a name change ruining an entire website? Like, that doesn't make any sense. It's just a name change. Like, stop making these type of videos. I don't like seeing this all the time from people. Like, what is this? Another example being a theory is that Roblox removing limiteds, is you could just pretty much see from the entire video, they just removed the tag of the limiteds. They didn't really remove the entire system. And that, of course, they just make these dumb theories as they go along, saying, of course, that Roblox limiteds are removed or something like that. And sometimes also in the titles of the videos too, they sometimes even put question marks in them just to think, like, just to put it as that they think it's real, and then some of them put question marks as they whatever think it's not real. It's just really stupid. It's just a dumb pattern to go along about this, and you know, it's really dumb to think about, like, why these videos still exist. And the comments that people leave on them, they think that Roblox is believing, and they make a bunch of dumb, like, colon memes. You know those colon memes where people make on some occasions? So they put, like, this meme line or whatever just to get the most likes out of all the other people. It's just this really big pattern, and the pattern just continues to go on and on in some sorts, and there's really haven't been much done about this, honestly. And people continue to make these videos. It becomes, I don't know if I want to say this is true or not, is that it puts more and more pressure on the Roblox community. Same with like the YouTube videos. If you look at the YouTube comments, basically, they're just filled with pressure. Like, you know, YouTube can't handle with all of this at a time. It's very difficult for them. Once an update goes out, it just becomes very, very difficult for them to recover that. So look, guys, if you see any other YouTubers that makes theories or whatever, please do not believe in what they said. The only way that you have to do is that if Roblox makes an official response, you can just make that as a video. So do not make it as a theory, please. Is that many people in the Roblox community is sort of directed to children, and whenever this is a children's game, they make a bunch of other theories about this, and they believe it mainly all the time. And this is what prompts many of them to get hate from Roblox. And now for the final drama for this video today is probably not going to be much to talk about in this last one, because I know it's pretty much an obvious and there's nothing much I can say in this one. And that happens to be probably one of the most controversial moments that happened in the Roblox era at the time. and that is the removal of ticks. Now, if you guys are not aware, ticks was really the two sets of economy levels, one for Robux and one for ticks, basically. And ever since then it was removed on March of 2016, pretty much a lot of everyone in the Roblox community got really a ton of backlash. They faced a lot of criticisms, with some users complaining that Roblox was a great company and that sort of thing. And that's pretty much everyone, and a lot of the Roblox users actually quitted because of this whole reason. But one thing and another became such a reasonable thing, and that happens to be a certain reason of why ticks got removed. Now, if you have not watched Kanekokin's video on the removal of ticks, it's a really good video, and I suggest you go watch it out. It basically pinpoints the entire history behind ticks and how it got removed and all that. Now, one of the reasons that happens to be a very good reason of why tickets were being removed is that the impetus behind removing ticks is not to make more money. The primary reasons have always been product simplicity, botting, and not incentivizing certain behaviors. So that means you can't really do is simply, bot on certain occasions. Like, for example, make another alt account and then just get ticks like that way, basically. And of course, they haven't made a lot of items regarding about ticks. They make some of the words in a while, basically, and that's all they pretty much did. They didn't really make anything else afterwards. And this left to the community to think about it, honestly. Of course, now since the annual ticks has been removed, they've been now doing like a 30-day annual Ticks Palooza event, where now you can get that. Now, if you pay the certain number of ticks, basically, you can get all the items basically for that. And ever since the ticks also got removed as well, too, they also have reasons for a number of scams that also have caused. Robux has also increased quite dramatically because of the whole thing that now tickets has got removed. It made it much more harder for Robux as of currently. The only way that you can now get Robux now are basically for premium, and there's nothing much you can pretty much do afterwards, and there's not a lot of ways to do so. Now, ever since I talked about the dramas in this video, I want to point out a few suggestions I want you all to make, basically, if you're going to make videos on something like this. Number one, if you're ever going to make any Roblox account that is sort of the way that has purposely claims that they're hacked or whatever, please do not make that, please, because at one point it's the owner's account and you can't really do nothing. Especially if the account is owned by a company, please do not make any theories on all that occasion, because this is not going to worth getting the video, and this is going to get so many people to think about whether or not this is correct or not. Also, I got another point too, is that if you're going to say if you're going to quit or whatever, at least be very serious about it, because not everyone has to quit for a good reason or whatever. If you do not like the game or you do not like the changes to weight, just simply quit for a good reason, okay? No one's here is going to force you or whatever. I mean, if you're going to have to quit, at least just quit, That's the best thing I can ever thought of. It's not forcing something to do it. It's just, if you just don't like the updates, just don't make videos about it any longer. Well, anyway, guys, that is going to be it for all the dramas I've covered in the video. Remember, guys, if you want a part 2 of this, please let me know in the comments down below. Make sure to go ahead and subscribe and turn on the notification bell for more whatever I upload to the video. Anyway, guys, that's going to be it for today's drama video. This is Gales here, signing out.